Welcome back to more Let's Play Plants vs. Zombies. Last time, we did the entire first world, showing off pretty much how the whole game is structured, at least for the adventure. So, let's jump right back in. Get that nice lovely sting.
Evening, Brad. Those zombies just woke that up, will they? You know that fighting zombies at night is different than the day. For one, you won't get any sun falling from the sky. You can still get sun from sunflowers, though. Lucky for you, you got yourself some puff shrooms. Plant as many of those as you can, and you'll be A-O good.
Yes, indeed. Something I neglected to read over. The puff shroom, one of the most powerful plants in the entire game, despite what it looks. It's a short-ranged mushroom that shoots spores at enemies. However, what makes it so incredibly powerful is its zero sun cost. These have got to be one of my favorite plants in the entire game for how overpowered and simplistic they are. You'll see what I mean. So let's take our stock standard plants. Let's rock. Graves. So first and foremost, get your sun or your puff shrooms out quick as you can. As you see, we're not going to be getting sun from the top, so you've got to rely just on your sunflowers. But these little guys can pretty much solo the entire next few things. They're that powerful. Now, their only caveat, their range. As you can see, he's not shooting yet. They have a range of about 3 tiles in front of them. Because of this, you're going to have to place them pretty quickly if you're going to get things. That's why with this row, I tried to get them 3 away, so once a zombie enters range, they'll get the maximum amount of time. Now, because they're free and easy to place, I like to use these guys for something a little different later on, namely as blockers. Because they're free, I'm not losing anything by placing them. The most I lose is a slot up here, but sure, it can be useful. But if you remember in last episode, we didn't really use every single plant on any of the given stages. Sure, I may have used them to show them off, but I never was using all 6 all the time. This one is always useful, and it's why I like keeping them around for as long as I can. There will come stages in which they're not nearly as useful, but trust me, they are overpowered. And here, zombie dropped money. We can save up money to purchase cool stuff. Sounds good to me. As you can see, we have a new zombie here too. The newspaper zombie. He's got a temporary shield, and then once it's destroyed, he gets enraged, speeds up. Nothing too hard. As you can see, with 3 puff shrooms, he was no match. Otherwise, as you can see, these little guys are versatile. They're easy to place, quick to recharge, free, which is why I love using them as blockers, like I was saying. They're just so darn good. Expect to see these guys for, a fairly long time. In fact, to really write home about them, let's do this entire stage without using any other plants. Other than sunflowers, I guess, because I already started planting them. Point is, these things are darn good, and I'm trying to put my money where my mouth is. Got that big wave coming, and let me tell you, they probably don't stand much a chance. Though this is a problem. Those gravestones, they spawn extra zombies, and that can be an issue, because these guys aren't very fast. They're useful, because again, they're free and can be blockers, but they're not the strongest, nor are they the most reliable. Also, as you can see, couldn't see the grave, and I tried to plant a puff shroom on it. Didn't work too good. But, as you can see, I didn't need any of the sun we made. So you can get through most of these stages with just these guys. Speaking of, what do we have here? Well, well, well. It's a new plant, the sun shroom. It gives a small sun at first and normal sun later. This is another very interesting plant that I would consider an investment. It's cheaper than a normal sunflower, so you can get 2 out immediately with the starting 50 sun, but they don't produce as much. Still, they eventually grow up and give normal amounts later. They're pretty good.
Hey, you've collected 270 in coins so far. When you collect 750, I'll sell you something really neato.
Hey, sounds good. And although you may not have noticed it, when we finished that last stage, we actually were given coins based on all the lawnmowers we have. I should show off what those do, or at least explain it, because it is good to know about it. These lawnmowers that roll up are safety nets. When you have a zombie reach a lawnmower, it'll mow through the entire line of zombies, killing any and all of them. Think of it like a safety net. They're nice to have, and for each one you keep, you earn more money at the end of the stage. So, obviously, if you can keep them, you can make some very nice money. That's going to be a very nice early game strategy for getting the ludicrous amounts of money that Crazy Dave is going to want from us. Because as it turns out, being a plant farmer in a neighborhood full of zombies trying to eat your brains isn't the most lucrative thing, at least initially. So keeping your lawnmowers in good shape will help keep your wallet in good shape, which is kind of weird, because normally you'd spend money to keep your lawnmower in good shape rather than keeping it in good shape gives you money. It's strange how things work in this world, but hey, it's all fine by us. We'll play by the rules. As you can see, these little sun shrooms do a fair bit. While they are not as strong as the sunflower, they're still useful on these nighttime levels. As you can see, our humble puff shrooms still do the job just as well as they did before. Now, eventually, our first planted sun shroom should be growing up fairly soon here. Now, when they do, they'll make a little noise that tells you, even if you maybe didn't see it, like so, that one grew up. Once they're big like this, they'll start producing normal amounts of sun. Super useful. As you can see there, these little guys aren't great at dealing with cone heads. So what I like doing is using puff shrooms, obviously, to place them in front of them and take them down a notch by making them move a little slower to try to eat the mushroom. It's super helpful. Such as right here. Rather than the puff shroom actually being there to kill him, he stopped his advance to keep our other ones safe. As you can see, because that one was already damaged, he took a fair bite before he was gone. So, you gotta be a little careful. Your plants don't really show how much damage they've taken, but trust me, they do track it. They're not going to be healing over time or regenerating. No. But once they take damage, that's that. As you can see, we're getting through this whole level again, with just puff shrooms. These things are so powerful. I think it's also very beginner friendly that they let you do this. And later on, you're not going to get away with doing it. So, enjoy it while you can. And if we wanted, we could use some pea shooters just to really secure our safety. So sure, let's get rid of this whole back line and start planting some snow peas. Now, one thing I gotta be a little careful about too is because of how I'm capturing the game, it's very easy for me to grab outside of it and move the window around, as well as also just click outside and do this. Yeah. Should I click outside the window, it totally pauses the game, music included. I'm not a very big fan of this, and I really wish the game would just keep running. But, oh well. It's nice in a pinch, I suppose. Especially for people who maybe aren't so, good at maneuvering a keyboard and mouse. Though in this case, you really just use the mouse, not the keyboard so much. But hey, it is what it is. It's serviceable. Now, one thing, too, I kind of want to talk a little bit about is this game's availability. You can pretty much play Plants vs. Zombies on almost any console except, I think, all of the newest ones. And even then, it might still be there. This game has been released, re-released, and pretty much readily available on just about anything and everything since it came out. I want to say it originally came out for computers, but then it was quickly ported to, I think, consoles, the Nintendo DS of all things, and of course, mobile phones, which are where all of the sequels are still locked. So, don't ever expect to see a Plants vs. Zombies 2 LP, same with 3, because they're mobile only. It's a little sad, admittedly, because I do like these games a lot. It's just that, well, I really don't want to use my phone to play this game, because I don't enjoy it as much. Why there's no way or, well, version on PC boggles me, but it's probably because of all the microtransactions and it being a mobile game built like a mobile game. You know the ones. Pay a bunch of money, get resources, speed up how long it takes to do a thing. It's not great. I think there are versions of those that have the whole game without the microtransactions, but I'm not going to go looking for them, to be completely honest. Though, I will go looking for this little fella. Here we have the Fume Shroom. It shoots fumes that can pass through screen doors. This thing's fairly useful. As you can see, screen doors. You're gonna want these guys. Now, I kinda want to get a little ballsy here. Let's do a stage with just these three. As you can see, even if you wanted to, it won't let you. So, take all your other stuff and call it good. Yeah, it's one of those things that I do kind of wish they let you. So although I would have loved to just go with just these three, it won't let you. But trust me, it is totally possible. Get our nice little basic defenses going. And I think I will actually try to get Fume Shrooms on this go around. Try to put them probably back in this row here. Or I guess column. This is a row. But you get the idea. Put it in this column. And we should be good. I mean, if I could fill all three columns, that would be nice. Because again, our dear little puff shrooms are here to keep all of our other plants safe. Just like so. They may not be here for longevity, but they are useful. And to be fair, I can only kind of sing their praises so much before it just gets redundant and repetitive. But still, I don't want to understate how good they are and how reliable these little things are. They're phenomenal. So I figured I'll get it out of the way now, and you'll kind of just know why I'm using them for pretty much the rest of the game. Now, there will come a time where I probably do stop using them because I just need other things more. But until that happens, well, get used to seeing them. As you can see, the fume shroom here has a fairly big range. It's pretty darn useful. It also, as the game said, pierces through screen door shields specifically. It's a really weird niche, but it has its uses. Now, frankly, I usually don't find screen door zombies all that dangerous later on, but for these first few levels, especially, they can be a real nuisance. The other nice thing, too, about these guys is that unlike any other plant we've seen so far, they always hit in a row here. So if there's 3 zombies, it'll hit all 3 zombies as opposed to just the 1 or 2 that are in front. It's super versatile. So I do like having them. Otherwise, I gotta focus on getting more of our gosh darn sun shrooms here. I got so caught up talking about the fume shroom that I neglected our sun shrooms. Let's see. Here. There we go. I mean, the rest of our game plan should be fairly obvious. I don't like these tombstones, but, well, there's really nothing we can do about it. Simply do what you can. Ooh, we got a bit of a problem here. Cherry bomb it. Put a walnut. Another fume shroom. And we should be all good. I think I missed a coin over there. Coins don't stick around forever, so you do need to pick them up fairly quickly. Come on, pal. There you go. And my, what have we here? Why, it's the Grave Buster. For 75 sun, you can plant it on a grave to remove it. These things are nice.
Hey, wanna buy an extra seed slot? It'll cost you $750. Unfortunately, I clicked too fast and skipped my dialogue, but hey, how's that sound?
Sounds darn good.
Alright, and hey, when you save up to 5,000, I'll sell you the 8 seed slot upgrade. Check you later.
So yeah, as you can see, the money has its perks, as it does in any place where money is present. It's useful. So, sun shroom, puff shroom, fume shroom, and then let's grab our walnut, cherry bomb, potato mine, and the grave buster toward the end, because that's where most of the graves are. It should be fairly simple. As you can see, they're going to be spawning a lot more graves and a lot closer too. So you gotta be a little proactive about that. Though, the graves do have one big benefit to destroying. Aside from, obviously, zombies don't spawn. When you destroy a grave, it generally will give you money. So, it's well worth your time to get rid of them. Not only for solving your problem of them spawning more zombies, but for the point of filling your wallet too. It's kind of weird how many things in Plants vs. Zombies come back to being lucrative in some sort. But trust me, it just works. Let's keep getting our sun shrooms here. Now normally, with graves, and I think that not even just normally, I believe that this is how they work. Whenever you hit a big wave, zombies will spawn. So you want to try to get rid of as many as you can before the large wave comes. So what I like to do is try to get at least 2 rows of sun shrooms, then focus on graves and keep things going from there. It can be a little difficult, just given how hectic things get. But it should be fairly easy. Once we get rid of this zombie, I want to get rid of that grave. Now remember that little trick I showed you with the potato mine? You can do the same thing with a puff shroom. I find that the puff shroom almost completely gets rid of the potato mine. It's a little sad, because I like seeing them. There we go. Get our coin reward for destroying a grave. Which, I guess if you're a grave robber, maybe you're used to that, but most normal folks aren't. So let's see, plenty of sun. Fortunately, we have another pole vaulter while on the way. There's a puff shroom. And let's get rid of this grave, shall we? I figure if we can clear an extra row of a grave, that is well worth our time. Now, one thing to be careful of, grave busters can be eaten by zombies, so you want to make sure you're placing them in a safe location. So if you're not, you'll lose them just as quick as you got them. Sometimes you can get away with placing them, and the zombie won't eat it quick enough, but those are rare cases. So if I were you, simply get rid of it as quick as you can. Perfect. We should be all ready. Ooh, and it looks like it actually didn't spawn any zombies this go around, which is good. Usually it'll spawn whenever a huge wave happens, so I think we got lucky because the game is playing nice right now. Jay, I'm not going to complain about it. This is a bit of a problem. It's fine. Shroom there. Do that. Should be a-okay. I'm going to try to start replacing all of our little puff shrooms with fume shrooms. I misspoke earlier and said puff shroom, but you get the idea. Do as I place, not as I say. So, little puff shroom up there. Put it in, put it in there. There we go. Put it in, put a fume shroom down. And the rest of this level should be a cakewalk, ideally. I am a little worried about these rows, just because I really don't have much defense in front of them. But they should overall be okay. Something like that, put those there. Let's see how these guys do. Not a fan. Cherry bomb them so we keep our puff shroom. I really think I'm gonna start needing to put walnuts down. Just because they are so darn useful. Put one down. Some more puff shrooms because we can. Get all this delectable sun. And luckily, we got rid of all the graves, so we don't need to worry about more zombies spawning. Now, that won't always be the case. Sometimes you'll have more graves spawn, even though you've already gotten rid of the ones that were there. It's super annoying. But hey, we'll roll with the punches. And the... what is this? We found the Suburban Almanac. It keeps track of all plants and zombies you encounter. So in our Suburban Almanac, we can view plants and zombies. It gives you a lot of information. Shows you what they do, their damage, cost, recharge, gives you a little comment. Bee shooters are your first line of defense. They shoot bees at attacking zombies. Their damage is normal, they have a cost of 100 and a fast recharge. How can a single plant grow and shoot so many bees so quickly? Bee shooter says hard work, commitment, and a healthy, well-balanced breakfast of sunlight and high-fiber carbon dioxide make it all possible. I want to say every single plant here has something fun like this. If you've never gone through and read these, it's probably well worth your time. And while I probably won't be reading these all right now, maybe I'll have a bonus episode of just reading every single one of these all in a row, because I think it would be fun. Now, there may have been something you noticed on these three. They sleep during the day. This is one of the biggest downsides to all mushroom-based plants. They're nocturnal. During the day, they won't do anything, but you can still bring them and place them, including the puff shroom, which is why I mainly use them for blockers later on. They're useful. Now sure, that's all good and well, but well, Crazy Dave, how's it going?
Ever play a game called Whack-A-Zombie? It's just like hunting squirbows.
What's a squirbo? I imagine that's a squirrel, but maybe a oboe because of the bow at the end? I don't know.
You know, those fairy little roads that dig holes in your lawn?
Oh, yeah, okay, so, a mole. Right.
Yeah, just like that. But instead of squirbows, it's zombies. Instead of a shovel, it's a mallet.
Oh, okay.
And instead of me, it's you.
Well, alright. Here we have our next fun minigame. See a zombie? Click them to whack them. Sometimes they drop sun. I find this one to be probably the easiest minigame of them all. You really just don't even need any of the stuff they give you. Though, if you want to make money, it's a good way to do it. Free grave busters? Sounds great to me. This is one of those, I guess, mini-games where having a higher mouse sensitivity to move it quicker really can help you. If you're having to drag your mouse across your desk to move it across the screen, it's going to be a lot harder. This is also a minigame, too, where, like the remakes I mentioned before, the DS stylus actually is really useful, because in there, you just tap it. So, I find that Plants vs. Zombies does actually work incredibly well with a touchscreen, hence why they're all on mobile. So, again, while I won't be Let's Playing Plants vs. Zombies 2 or 3, and obviously I'm using the PC version to Let's Play this one, I gotta give it to them. They do work incredibly well with a touchscreen, for many things. But frankly, I prefer my keyboard and mouse when it comes to stuff like this, just because I don't like having my big fat fingers and thumb in the way of what I'm viewing. So, call me crazy, maybe like Dave, but well, it's just how I like it. Still, as you can see, this minigame offers very little challenge. But hey, it's fun, gives you good money. So, I liked it. Now, notably, the zombies are also fairly quick, because they assumed that this wouldn't be all that difficult. And they're right. Still, I think it's fun. Again, it's another way they break up the pace from just being a tower defense game. I find it super interesting and actually very engaging. And when you finally get to the final round like this, it's a lot of fun. And here we have the Hypno Shroom. It makes a zombie fight for you. Now, speaking of zombies too, I actually did mean to go read the almanac, which this is also another good chance to show. Once you've obtained it, it's on your main menu, sitting in front of the grave. Because I wanted to show off the zombie side of things. I showed the plants, but, well, I skipped the zombies. Go figure. So here, we get a similar thing. We get what it looks like, its name, your regular garden variety zombie, and then generally their toughness. They also still have the same little interesting quotes. This zombie loves brains. Can't get enough. Brains, brains, brains. Day in and and night out. Old and stinky brains, rotten brains, brains clearly past their prime. Doesn't matter. Regular zombie wants them. So again, it's fun. It gives the game a lot of personality that every single plant and zombie not only has statistics, but quotes too. It's one of the things that just makes the game all that much more memorable. Still, I think next time we play Plants vs. Zombies, we'll finish up these nighttime levels. I didn't want every episode to be as long as the first, but I still wanted to give you a fair snippet of the game. Still, as always, I'm Brad. Thanks for watching, and have a good one.